And what I want to introduce you to is the role of neuroscience technology. Understanding the brain, understanding how the brain builds itself for language, and how it builds itself for improving cognitive functions as well, memory functions, attention functions, the ability to perceive speech sounds, the ability to sequence sounds. Neuroscientists have been studying those areas now for 20 years. And what they have done is built technology that can supplement what you do in the classroom with these students. And it can make your ELL initiatives move faster and be more effective with your students. And we can get those students to move through our educational process better. So we like to think of this as three components to what technology can do to augment your excellent English language learning interventions that you're using. It's just going to prepare the brain to hear the sounds better so that it's actually building the capacity to map the brain for the English language, so that the brain would be mapped just like an infant's brain would who had heard only English their whole life. Secondly, technology, because a computer is sitting in front of a child, and because it is a non-judgmental responder, the student can hear and respond and 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 hear and respond over and over and over and over again in a way you can't do in a classroom, where you have to call on a child, get them to respond, then call on another child. So technology allows you to increase the intensity of very specific kinds of activities, like let's say you want to build grammar, and you could say, show me the boy is running, show me the boys are running, show me the girl is running, show me the girls are running. You can build that over and over and over, and the students can just hear that repetitively and respond very quickly, so that you can really get a lot of practice in a short period of time. And finally, you can, with technology, there's technology out there now that has voice recognition software and speech recognition software. Reading Assistant is an example. I'll talk about that in a minute, where the students can read aloud into the computer. The computer can correct them, can recognize if they got it right, if they mispronounced a word, or if they didn't really read the word orally correctly. The computer can correct them and provide guidance. So you can have guided oral reading on a computer now. So you can build these three components of preparing the brain, practicing intensively, and guiding oral reading with technology in a way that you do in the classroom, but you just do in groups with much less intensity. And just an example of that, this is one exercise you can think of as preparing the brain, where the student is listening to words that we call minimal pairs. They're almost identical, like sip, chip, zip, and dip. So those words only vary by one sound. And again, the computer in an intensive way can say, show me sip. Now show me zip. Now show me chip. Now show me sip. Now show me dip. And the child is practicing over and over and over and over again and building up this piano keyboard of the maps in a way you just can't do in a classroom situation as nearly as easily, certainly. And what happens is then that rapid and accurate language processing makes the learning easier. So that what happens is that the students are sitting in classroom, they're learning on demand, they're able to spell more easily, they're reading more quickly and easily, they're writing, and they're just progressing more quickly. All you're doing is supplementing what you're doing. You're just taking all of your excellent programs and just augmenting them with half an hour on a computer every day. And that, again, as I said, a computer allows for intensity of practice, and the computer can have guided oral reading as well, where the student, using something like a program called Reading Assistant, actually sees the words on the computer, reads them into the computer. They can hear it read first. They can then see it and read it aloud, and then have it correct them or have it guide them if they're having a little bit of trouble.